Hey everybody, welcome. It is Monday, June 13th, 2022. Hope you've all had a great weekend. Have something fun to look forward to this week. I know there's tons of graduations going on, summer plans being made. So hopefully you have some great times and memories scheduled for the unofficial summer, but we're getting to summer very quickly. I am Mona with Journey Purpose Life Coaching, and during the month of June, I'm going to be talking about different seasons and reasons in my life. And seasons are just times or things that have happened and maybe the reasons behind them, just so you all get to know me a little bit better, learn a little bit more about me, and see where maybe I can empathize or have similar feelings to many of you out there that may want a coach to serve them in some capacity along their journey. Today I'm going to look at the season of me becoming a certified life coach and what that has brought to my life. It was during a season I had recently gone through a divorce, needed to make plans for the future, and life coaching just sounded like something that was a perfect fit for me. I love having conversations with people. I love helping people, serving people, being around people, hearing their stories, what they've gone through, what they've achieved, maybe what some of their hard times have been, but how they've persevered and come out on the other end. And through coaching, there's some things that I really learned about myself and things to enhance my life, either as a coach, which was my purpose for becoming certified, or even in my personal life with other relationships or people that I may come in touch with. One of the main two things I learned, number one, was listening, and just really turn up that listening capacity, be truly present, and listen and hear what the others are saying. So often I think we think we're listening, but we're really not listening, or we're not at the highest capacity of listening that there is. Second one was questions. You know, you don't have to say a lot if you ask the right questions and if they're open-ended. Closed-ended would be yes and no answers. You know, how are you doing okay today? Instead of how are you doing today? You know, did you like that food? How do you like that food? See, the difference is you are resonating and going to have them thinking and looking at a different response rather than something that they can just sometimes flippantly say, yeah, fine, good, whatever. And you know, those are two important skills in any relationship you're in. I know some parents have taken the certification just so they can have better relationships with their teenagers and their children, even spouses. A lot of managers want to learn these skills and these techniques as they work with other team members. And I've always learned something new too through that communication, yes, of course, is a big deal with coaching, but it's having conversations and looking for possibilities. And I don't know about you, but I can have a good conversation with myself at times. And sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you don't need someone else around you to have a conversation with, but just having a conversation with yourself and looking at the possibilities. So it may be as simple as planning a European vacation. It may be a career change. It may be a relationship change. It may be something that you're helping your children deal with. Whatever that may be, a conversation and looking at possibilities. Amazing what you might come up with. And solution focused was never a word I had really thought about, but since that's the training that I received, breaking it down, it's focusing on solutions and the positive. And I just think that's a really neat way to go about life, to go about relationships, just I'll say across the board. Yes, it's great in helping people on their journeys, looking for solutions, focusing on the positive, instead of, you know, kind of thinking about the negative and the problems. Don't get me wrong, there are times, especially in counseling, where problems may need to be brought up, they need to be looked at, but it's with the purpose of moving forward, healing from those times. And if you're in a place where maybe you've already had counseling, maybe you don't have a lot of things from the past to deal with, then solution focused walks right alongside that and brings you up. And I like how you can bring that into your own life, because a lot of times life happens, change happens, and we need to be able to look at the positive. Sometimes we don't feel so positive. We don't think it's going to be so positive. But if we look back to the possibilities and solutions and think about what could come about, it's amazing what those few words mean. And last but not least, I really learned what aha moments are. And I truly love aha moments, working with, beside, alongside, serving my clients, and having them realize their aha moment. And everybody's aha moment is different, but it's an enlightenment, it's an empowerment, it might be a freedom feeling, but it's something that just like hits you in the face, like a light bulb turning on. And when those times happen, I just love to see the reaction and what it brings to the client. And even if you're working with a friend or a family member, and sometimes it's yourself, you can even have an aha moment with yourself. But to me, that is my favorite part of coaching. It's something that has touched my life. I can bring it into my own life and with others around me. And it's just a wonderful feeling. I remember when we went through adoption, my attorney at the time that helped us with our adoptions had never adopted in his life. He said, but you know what? The reason I chose adoption was it was one happy moment in the courtroom. And he said, I just loved that feeling, that celebration time, and the love and joy that it brought for people in the courtroom. Because he said a lot of times it wasn't always happy in the courtroom, but that was one time, and that helped him make his decision to be an adoption attorney. So I've always kind of remembered that. It's kind of like they say, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's why through this life coach certification, the season I went through to become a life coach, and why I became a life coach, deciding my future after a divorce, it is so closely tied and brought to the surface what my passion and purpose in life is. And it's be able to walk alongside so many people with empathy of maybe things I've gone through life, I've experienced through life, maybe not the exact same steps of you, but how life coaching has entered into my life, it's helped me, it's improved me, and now I can pass that along to others. So before we end today, in the box below, if you had the opportunity to meet with a life coach, what is something in your life that maybe you'd like to enlighten, explore, see what the possibilities are, maybe introduce something? What would that look like for you? Please share in the box below. Just it's information only. We aren't going to use the information for anything, but I just love to learn other people's stories. So until Wednesday, enjoy the journey, be empowered, live on purpose. Bye, you guys. Thanks again.